Good morning, Joey. It is time that I'll talk about the Go Giver again. Um, and as you requested, I'm going to almost entirely focus on my own interpretations and what I've done with the information in the book. So there are 5 laws, as you know, and some of these I've been able to make more use of than others, or it's made me think. But I'll get on to that. So the first law is the law of value, which essentially says that your personal value is determined by how much you care for others over yourself. So this is hopefully going to be a intrinsic value for, say, being a parent. Not everyone is a good parent, but there are places where you can find this just in everyday living. But where this becomes a practice for business and just life in general is that extending that hand to people that you may not be related to, people that you're trying to make deals with in business, trying to become friends with, or whatever not. And so it's this one's pretty simple. Um, the ways that I've been applying these, uh, this one is kind of melded into some of my other examples. So I'll get on to the other laws and then I'll explain those as well. But I want to present it at the right time. So the law of compensation states that you you your compensation will be taken care of essentially. That's not what it says. It's my poor way of describing it. Um, Essentially, if you are taking care of other people, well, you're going to get back in the world the type of energy that you put out. And the book states something on the lines of people don't get what they want in life, but you generally get what you expect. And so, if you set your mind towards something, generally you can expect to get something in the realm of what you're going for. And if what you're going for is to influence more people and be good to them, then you can expect more people to be better to you. Generally, people reflect the energy that you put out there in the world, and if you are wanting to have more relationships with people that will care about you once you get to know each other, well, you have to start caring for other people first. And so, when it comes to me personally, um, a good number of the examples that I have are me trying to make use of these at work, since that's where I spend a ton of my time. It's currently just about all the social interactions I get. So, um, yeah, when it comes, whether it's somebody that's not very happy with us, um, or a new customer that's looking to buy something, I've been putting in a more concerted effort to have vocal inflections that say, you're not a waste of my time or anything like that. Uh, you, I'm gonna, figure out what will work best for you. If you're having a specific problem with your phone, your car, maybe you don't need a battery, you know, because of course I currently work at a battery store. In which case, um, those customers are more likely to give us a recommendation to other people if they're like, hey, they were truthful that I didn't need a battery. They could have sold me one and I wouldn't have been the wiser, but they didn't. So that is that's just a facet of my example. Then you have the law of influence, which is essentially saying that your influence is determined by how much you put your other people's what's the words uh, values over your own. And so this chapter is them meeting Sam, and essentially a big portion of what he's talking about is making connections, not of people that are, say, giving you money, but people that genuinely care about you, people that'll be your personal ambassadors. And in the exact sense that he's talking about, I don't know if I can say that that's all that applicable to me. Um, like I've said before, I'm a bit of a hermit. And when it comes to work connections, that's primarily something that is not my role. So in the future, this is one that I would be making a concerted effort to when I start doing my own thing or whatever, not, or I'm just working a job where this one is able to make more sense for me. Uh, then yeah, I'll have better examples to give you. And we don't have family down here. We don't have a whole lot in the way of friends. So it's unfortunate, but I don't have personal examples that make the best of sense for influence. Um, but yeah, but uh, one that I do have examples about is the last two, law of value and the law of receptivity. So I'm going to go over receptivity first, actually. Um, there was a moment about a month ago where I looked at where we were doing our taxes, and we thought that I was getting 1,700 back. I owe 1,700 because I messed up my taxes, and considering that's essentially all the money I had, um, I was definitely bummed out. And um, Autumn, being super super kind, uh, gave me 160 in dollar bills, uh, to cover the cost of the lady that did our taxes. And I really wanted to say, "Oh, you're being too kind. I can't take this," but the law states that to be a good giver, you have to be open to receiving. And if Autumn wanted me to take that money, uh, and pay off the tax lady, then it would probably upset her if I did not do that. So I was extremely thankful for that. Um, it meant a lot to me that she was willing to do that, um, and she was happy to, because I provide for the household, and there's probably a little part in there where she actually loves me or something like that. Um, yeah, and in terms of value, I've been trying to be better to, especially my family. I was already talking about uh, sort of the work aspects of it earlier, but um, there are definitely times where I'm like uh, annoyed or something like that with like Autumn or Mom or something like that. I mean, we're family. We're gonna annoy each other sometimes, but I've been putting in a more concerted effort to uh, be a better listener, especially being more uplifting. Um, I won't say that I always succeed, but my goal in this is to increase the amount of care that my family feels like I'm giving them, uh, because I can be quite emotionally distant. Uh, it is something that sometimes I am, right? And so yeah, when it used to annoy me when Mom would you know share every single little thing about her day, or one of the other girls do that. It's just something that, like, I've come to realize that I should just give them my undivided attention. They're family, and I should show that I love them, and I should try and bolster those emotions as much as I can. And in response, the whole family has been better to be around. Uh, like, people are generally kinder to each other, but towards me, like, things are better between me and mom, me and Autumn, whatnot. Things have always been pretty alright between me and Meme. Uh, so, even though I'm doing that there, it's not like it was in some annoying place or anything like that. But just some general thoughts before I wrap this up. Uh, I think it was either in this book or in How to Win Friends and Influence People, which I'm not done with yet. Uh, that it states something on the lines of, if you are for you to essentially beg or demand that other people be good to you without putting any effort in before yourself is equivalent of asking a fireplace full of logs to make you a fire and give you warmth, even though you did not feed it at anything in the first place. So it can be a bit tough for people that are making that paradigm shift. I can definitely say that there are moments where I do not want to be very kind to other people, but I just have to. What's a good way? I just have to man up and do it. Like, everybody has their own life that they're stressed out about, um, and when you essentially uncover the veil and show that you're legitimately caring about their needs, you can see a immediate difference in how they're going to act towards you. And in the business world, I mean, I've had quite a bit of success selling a golf cart or, say, an expensive charger or something by having a conversation that the customer actually does get invested into, because I'm talking about something that they're interested in, their boat, their vehicle, their kids going off to graduation, something like that. Um, and of course, you do need to be sincere with it. Uh, and it's not always easy to be sincere about it, at least for me. Because, I mean, especially when we start getting into the later bit of the day, uh, I don't want to see any more customers. Like, I just want to get off my sore feet and sit for a moment. But you have to keep pushing, even if it annoys you. So yeah, I definitely want to talk to you over the phone about these things, because I think that was a valuable thing about us talking about Richest Man in Babylon, was how we did have a conversation about it as well. So definitely want to do that. I got an Audible subscription, and I'm going to be churning these out. I just started listening to Extreme Ownership again. Gonna be listening to that while I'm working on like a battery swap, whatever not. I'll be working on these a lot faster, since I'll be able to do it while doing other things, art, working, whatever not. So thank you for listening, Joey, and I hope you have a good day.